Artlist.io.
What it does, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aunties and uncles, grandmas and grandpas. What are you laughing at, man? Because you know the show is being watched by everyone. Come on, this show is for grandmothers. Grandmothers and grandfathers need to be updated
You had to mention them all.
as to what's happening with sex tapes and all of those. You know, all our crazy stories, man. That's crazy. Yeah, man. What's up? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, we're back again for the second episode.
Yeah.
We did the first one not so long ago. Crazy stories, and it's been a journey.
Yeah,
It's been a journey. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in on the first one. If you did not, you need to tune in. You need to tell your friends, to tell their friends, to tell their friends that this is the pod culture. This is the energy. This is the system. This is where everything entertainment comes from. This is where everything pop culture is happening at. The feed, everything. We update you, we fill you in, we give you the hips and what's happening in terms of the entire globe, the news and everything, man. My name is Sipho. I'm back at it again. I call myself now. Now I've decided to have a tagline because on the first episode I did not have a tagline. No, man, what's wrong?
No, continue.
If you decided not to have a tagline, because I'm trying to brand, right? I'm trying to brand myself and everything. So I've decided.
not fair.
So my tagline is going to be. So this is how I'm going to intro myself
Yeah.
now. Yo, because it's my name and my surname.
Okay.
So I add them because the name and the surname, they're part of the brand. And then I have to add some sort of a logo and everything. So it's going to go like this. I'll just look into the camera. Yeah. Listen up, ne? Create your own, please. Don't copy me. It's going to go like, it's Sipho. Every time I pull up, it's a good time. Kina abuti di bubble bath, abuti di shower gel. How's that? Okay, guys, okay, no, introduce yourself because you don't like my intro, you don't like my tagline. Introduce yourself. We're back at it again for the second episode.
I'll stick to my name. I'll just think about the tagline, maybe episode 9, 10, there.
Go on, worship, go
Not
on,
now.
go on. Let me
Not
leave you to it.
now. No, not now. Thing is, I don't want to laugh at you.
You don't want to laugh at me? For what?
Yeah, like
I'm
you
trying to
went
bring
as
it.
far as having bubble bath.
Yeah, because I realized, back in the days, that's what I used to call myself, because I used to be like this clean gent, because I thought back in the day I was like, no man, I'm not the most handsome in the room. Yeah, so then I was like, I like bubble baths, I like shower gels and everything. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna be this slick dude. So I was like, nah man, this makes sense when I say my name is Sipho. I would do a bubble bath, I would do a shower gel, and every time I pull up, it's a good time, because that's what we're about to have in this second episode. I'm not rolling solo, obviously. Worship is here. Rap Boy Trees is here on the cameras, on the sound. Mr. James is also available again for the second episode. I thought he might not pull through on this one because, we drew him off, with some of the conversations that we had on the first episode. Mr. James, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You good?
It's good to be back again.
Yeah.
For this episode. So let's see how.
I'm thinking people are always surprised, or they will always be surprised to say, who is this Mr. James? It's the second episode now. He's not coming into the shot, but he's talking. He has this soft voice and whatnot.
Sounds like the ghost behind the camera.
They go so short.
Did you try to create a tagline to intro yourself, just like how I did right now? If you're right now, let's say, think on your feet, come up with something quick and urgently. What would be the best intro or tagline to your brand and support that?
Yeah, something goes like this. Welcome to the show. Now you're here to see James. What.
Mine was way better. Worship, come on.
That's worse.
So now I'm actually number one now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Emergency.
or it's you thinking on your feet now. Yeah, I know. Actually, I'm taking the number 1 spot. Mr. James is number 2. Ooh, worship.
No, I'm keeping
You are
mine.
actually not even on the podium. We've moved to the 3rd step. It's just me and Mr. James.
I'm keeping mine as a mystery, Yeah.
Right. Anyway, how you feeling? How has this week been?
Long,
Yeah.
boring, and tiring,
Crazy stories like always. Dog. Did you see? Me, I don't think I'll get tired of the stories. Yeah, like you're saying, I think I would agree with you. It's just been a crazy long week.
Yeah.
A cold week at that. I've even caught some flu, but I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to treat it. It shouldn't be that bad. It should be passed in a few days' time because I'm trying to take good care of myself. But it's been a crazy week, dog. Stories that are coming out are crazy, are hectic.
Sure.
Have you seen all of that?
Especially the Mr. Smith story. That one. It has me thinking. It has
Will Smith.
me-
Will Smith.
No.
Okay.
Epidosde Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know because we spoke about that. Post the shoot. But I'm just trying to throw you off with Will Smith.
You want
Will Smith is actually doing great, but it's fine. We'll leave Will Smith and his family and his woman. He's been on the news for the longest of time. Crazy stuff. He needs a breather. He needs a break.
Yeah. People have been after him, eh?
Yeah. What's happening with your Ebenezer Smith?
No, the guy has been throwing it over and over.
Now it's over there.
Yeah. Yeah, with the Guinness World Record. The fake one though. Yeah. It's been, yeah.
Guys, you see the thing is, hey, people are bold out here. And obviously as you grow and as you move, you realize that people are bold.
True.
And they'll do the most craziest stuff. Who even does that? Because I saw that story. When our producer sent that, it was like, I'm thinking this week will just involve that or include that in terms of, all things talk, all things entertainment and everything. And that's great. That's a crazy story, dog.
Maybe he wanted some kind of publicity. Who knows? But these days, publicity comes first.
Yeah. But at such extreme lengths.
People can go to edit
Mr. James, what do you think it's the limits in terms of the lengths that you would go to in terms of conning and scamming people? Because you saw the story, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's happening on the story.
Yeah, it's a cookathon. So you cook for long hours that nobody have. Achieve that.
To break the records.
Yeah, break records, and then you get your name in the Guinness Book of Records, right? So
does that come with money? Because I see a lot of people do that. I don't know. I'm just curious. But does it come with money? So being in the Guinness Book of Records doesn't come with money.
No.
So all the stunts, all these things people do.
No.
Damn.
I've searched it on the internet myself. There's nothing like money attached.
So why are people so obsessed with this thing?
So people want to sing for long hours, do a whole lot, just to get their name there. Imagine you see sometimes on stage people even quell themselves like, a normal human being will quell themselves and you can carry them and put them inside the box.
Yeah.
Right? It's like bullets, they don't have bones.
Yeah.
So, and in the end, their name will go into Guinness Book of Records, like setting a record nobody have watched.
Yeah. Because I think with that, it gives you, like you said, publicity. That gives you some sort of public. It creates your brand or what you are about. Because now if people know me for, as soon as my name goes out there for that, then people will know me. Then it's easier, especially now in this day and age and time, for me to collaborate with brands to say, this is what I've done and this is what I do and this is what I do. But would in this specific story, what does Ebenezer do here?
He just cook, right? So let's say he cooked for
802 hours, I think.
Let's say 850 hours. At the end,
because no one has done that.
Yeah. No one has.
So non-stop, like the pots, you are cooking. Let him cook. You. Okay, so the stove doesn't go off. The pots are always there. You are always chopping and what you are cooking.
Yeah.
Cooking jollof rice, cooking beans, cooking pap.
I was part of it. I wish I was just to eat. Yeah.
All the food that has been cooked.
Yeah.
Because and ladies love food and you love food actually.
I love food.
Yeah, because you said it's fine. That's just, I don't want to expose you. It's still the fresh, second episode. Yeah, we shouldn't go in there. But yeah, man, I think Ebenezer Smith is crazy.
No, he's
yeah, because for me, what he did is crazy. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, why would you go to that length to, call for media knowing that it's not a certificate from Guinness?
Yeah.
Right? So you make your own, prepare your own face certificate, call for media, then they will sit, call for dignitaries, they will sit because they're happy for you. And only for them to know that what you have on the table is even fake.
So what he did is he booked a place where he's going to cook.
Yes.
I don't know if he booked, but he promised these guys that I'm gonna bring in traction and whatnot.
Maybe have their kitchen, you'll get even a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Right? So he might gotten a sponsorship from these people, and everything surrounding this cooking stuff is fake.
Yeah.
Right?
Because with him, he was like, guys, I'm looking into breaking the cookathon record on the Guinness World Book Records, and I'm going to need to use your kitchen. I need a sponsor and everything.
Correct.
So is that what he did?
Exactly. And in the end, remember, he didn't win, right? He couldn't break
the record. Yeah.
So let's say maybe someone in Nigeria cooked for how many hours? Maybe.
Because
1,000 hours.
I've seen that there's this beautiful chef. I just forget her name. She's the famous chef that side, and she cooked for the longest time. Because I know her because I follow Adento Compo, the basketball player. And when he went to Nigeria, because I think that's where he's originally from. Yeah. When he went there, one of the places that he visited to was that lady's restaurant. Because but yeah, dog, man.
So in the end, we learned that he's been arrested, and I mean, what use is that? How does it make you feel right now? I don't think he himself will be happy and proud.
Yeah, because he did the entire thing to say, I'm doing the cookathon. And then after that, he moved on to say, I've gotten the certificate. Yeah. I passed, guys. I broke the record. He called the media. He called everything. He called everyone to like, guys, come and celebrate me. I've done this. This is the biggest job that you've seen from Africa in the longest time. I'm breaking the records. Knowing very well that he did not even do right by the cookathon.
Exactly.
But that's crazy because with him, and even, post this shoot, we were talking about this, and our producer, Triz, was even saying that this is not his first stunt. He's actually done such a similar thing before.
No, I think it's all about attention for him, At some point, it feels like he only wants attention.
And this is what he wants to do. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't. But the thing is, with people like this, they are talented.
Yeah, true.
Because if you can go all the lengths of doing all this,
until
you can still put in the same effort in doing the right things.
True.
Why not do that then?
I don't think he wants to do the right thing though.
Yeah, no. Doing the right thing doesn't give him the edge.
Yeah.
He needs to do that. But that's a crazy story. But I saw that and I was like...
He needs the adrenaline.
And I'm like, people are crazy, dog. I'm like, yo, people are crazy. What else again? What else again did you see this week? What's happening?
What's happening this week?
There's actually quite a lot. Because I saw something and we had a meeting. I think it was sometime last week. It was me and our producer and Mr. James. Yeah. Just obviously speaking everything, pod culture and the podcast and everything. And I mentioned to him, and I remember saying to myself that I would like to bring this up again. This Pdiddy story.
Yeah.
Because this story keeps on coming back. Like it's especially now it's still fresh, it's still new. It doesn't look like something that's going to go away until something really happens. Because now also again, what happened is he always trends. Like something will happen, something will take place, and he trends.
What happened this time? It's all about what happened.
There's a lot of things that are happening, though. Like new music will come out, someone will reference it to Pdiddy, maybe mocking him, reminding us of what he did and how he's badly treated people. And besides only just new music, like more people now are coming out.
Yeah.
More people now are coming to talk of their experiences with him. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, Mr. James, or what's your take or your verdict on the entire Pdiddy story?
Yeah, for me, he's been in the industry for long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fame, maintaining that sort of fame for all these years won't be that easy. And as a woman, you might end up hurting a lot of people, step on other people's toes, and treating, these people, they do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Drugs and stuff, right? So, in some videos that are coming out, it's okay, he was harassing, sexual harassment, rape cases, all sort of assaults, women and stuff. So it's kind of crazy.
Do you know what's my take on this entire thing for me? Look, I was a firm believer and a strong believer of these are just allegations, right? Yeah. These are just allegations. But remember, even before there were allegations, he needed to pay Casey, the ex-girlfriend, because of she won the suit and everything. But dog, as soon as that video that came out, where he's kicking her on the hallway just before they get into the lift, like he's properly assaulting her, like beating a woman. Do you see that?
Oh.
It came out. I think it was, what are we in now? We're in July. It came out. I think it was 2 months back, just after the Easter. It was a big story. You understand now? This is the same guy who has all these lawsuits. This is the same guy who has all these people who are, accusing him and and then that came out, and that was a killer for me. I wanted, sorry, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt to say, no, look, man, he's human and these things happen and whatnot, or maybe they just fronting on him, they want money from him. But as soon as I saw that, and also if you think about it, someone who goes on to date their kid's ex. That's
the
too
guy
much,
is
guys.
definitely doing it.
That's that. Look,
He's cooking.
he's on a cookathon. Yeah.
He's cooking.
He's on. But hey, dog, it's crazy with the Pdiddy story. I so wish. Look, dog, and my wishes. Look, half of the time they don't come true, but it's fine. I want the law to take its course on him.
True.
Because he's not being fair now. Because the thing is also a whole lot of people, and like I'm saying, he's far from being a free man also, because he was also seen not so long ago. I think he was what do they call this exercise, or is it step padding on the water? He was on that thing, he's taking jets and whatnot. He's still selling his mansions and whatnot. He's living freely, and people are angry with that.
They should be.
People are angry.
If there are people out there suffering because of him, they should be. In fact, it deserves,
Yeah. Allegedly worship. Otherwise,
let's leave it there.
Yeah,
but,
man.
Because
the thing is now, look, in my thing, what I wish for and what I want, for me personally, I would like for whatever to, in terms of like what's happening right now in terms of the entire case, for the law to take its course, like I'm saying.
True.
Other than that, because look at how he's suffering right now. He's losing brands, the collaboration with brands and everything. I don't know, Mr. James, like, because you are actually the older guy in here, and what's your view on this? Like, what would you like seeing happening if the roles were given to you right now?
Yeah, as you said, the law must take its course, right, to see what exactly is happening. Because in the law court, everything is also about evidence. Yeah. So if evidence are there to say, okay, he's abusing, he's raping, and all those kind of things, then the law will deal with him. Yeah. But if also there's nothing like that, then I somehow also believe it's also because he's also leaving that syrup, right? Yeah, brand to form his own
thing. Yeah.
Brand. Yes, what? Yeah, because these industries are all crazy. There's a lot they can do. They don't care to hire someone to assassinate, so how much more what is even happening? Yeah. So I think the law must take its course with him and see the evidence. If he's at fault, why not? They should.
Yeah, but and I think you're right. I think most media houses right now, whether black owned or white owned, they are riding on this story right now. They are trying to milk. They are trying to get like crazy monies out of this story.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it's Pdiddy, we're publishing this. I don't even think they go in depth in terms of looking for the facts or what's happening around the story. But it's Pdiddy. He's this big guy who's been in the industry for the longest of time.
At some point, he might be innocent, but then who cares?
Yeah.
Who don't care really? Like.
Right.
Are you saying something, Mr. James?
Yeah, I was saying, she's right of what she's saying.
Yeah.
But if you did watch, I think was it March, right? Yeah, March, how they raid into his house and everything. It's like, it's like a movie.
Yeah, true.
FBI entering the house, armor cars, hundreds of FBI and police to raid his house because thinking that he is there. And he wasn't. It was his children.
Yeah.
Friends. So I think there's a lot more happening, but
and quite a lot is still going to unfold.
Yeah. It's more of evidence because they took what do you call it, all recordings and a whole lot.
Yeah, almost everything in the house.
Yeah, just to see if they could find any evidence.
For me personally, I feel like if a person has done wrong, if a person has gone against the law, if a person has made people suffer so much, they should go through it.
What if, don't you think maybe it's some kind of a situation where most black people are successful at tackling it, maybe because of their success, they're supposed to be in the wrong, especially with America having the record of most black people being subjected to abuse and so on because of their skin color.
That's actually a very good take, and that might be the case, and because also if you look at the pattern, there's quite a whole lot of black people who've fallen off, because of maybe, like you're saying, the target and the white media or the Jews and all of those things having so much control that side, and they don't like this. It might be true, but I stand to be of a different view. Like I'm saying, if someone has done wrong, because yes, you are right. I think a whole lot of people don't face the law in the same way.
Yeah.
So if you black, you face the law in a certain way. If you white, you face the law in a certain way. And it's one of the conversations that I was having with one of my friends to say, you see, the thing is, when it comes to also racism, it's something that's never going to end. But it's a different ball game. That's a different conversation on its own. But right now, we are speaking into your actions. Let's leave being subjected, to failure. Let's leave. I don't know what's your take on this, Mr. James. Let's leave you being subjected to the system and failing and not succeeding as a black man. But now you've done. Look, I'll say bullshit. You've done bullshit. It's not only him. I think there's also a whole lot of. If you look at it and if you go in depth in it and you research, you would see that there's also a whole lot of white guys who've done wrong and they faced the arm of the law.
Yeah. No, I believe what you're saying. See, America is big. It's not for whites now, and it's also not for blacks, right? So now the law, American law, even that's why they can take Donald Trump, right, to the law court that, okay, no, you did something some years back, right, with even a woman.
And he was found guilty. I saw that,
yes. You know what he did? He have something, right, that we don't have the video.
Yes, the evidence,
Yes. So there was some intimacy, right?
Yeah.
Intimacy between him and a porn star, right?
Yes.
So let's leave it. So in the end, this is what happened. Okay. And it was something that he has done in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, but now when he became a president, right, they have to find a means to make payment to this porn star, just to silence her, and then kill everything. So there's a means and channels they have to use create a company and make payment through those companies to her, right? And because America is not for only a black or a white person, right? A white man. Now the law have to be used, right? So now the law was put in place, and he's been found guilty, right? In a whole lot of counts, about 34 counts, right? So in this July, even he has to go to court to hear the final verdict, something like that. Right? So to tell that no one is above the law.
True.
Whether black, white, even imagine a president can be taken to court and judges have to say, you know what, hey, you have to be prosecuted. It's not funny. So it means also that whether you're a musician or a black musician, a white musician,
business owner and everything,
owner, the law will still be used against you.
So also, like for example, I'm caught in between. Like I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you as well as worship in terms of, in terms of, it's a battle between the big pieces in a chess
Sure.
In a chessboard. Like they're fighting their own battles, the rich blacks are fighting the rich whites. There's a whole lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that we don't know,
And
that we don't see.
He's going to use that.
Exactly.
He's going to use that to his advantage. He's going to use that.
And also, like I'm saying, there's also that thing now where we see now, where, for example, like we don't know whether, for example, someone, because you're saying it's, for example, we're still speaking on the Pdiddy story, but like you are making an example, speaking of the Donald Trump and the what story, you'd find out that, like you say, it's something that happened ages back. But someone would even pull this woman, because they know these stories, these people, they know one another. They're the big pieces in the chessboard. They would bring this woman again to say, hey, you, come back now. Let's expose this guy. He's doing well. Let's crash his rally. Yeah. This is how you see all these things unfolding and happening. So it's a crazy thing. But for me, as long as the law is going to take its course, I'm good. If you've done wrong and you are Pdiddy now is also having it rough. My goodness, I wouldn't wish to be him, not for a second.
Why not?
I don't know, man. No. So many people.
It's his life.
And that's true, and that's true. And now, like I'm saying, it's so difficult for you to side with him.
Yeah.
Or for you to believe with him. It's just a mess.
It's too much.
It's just a mess.
Too much.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's weighing on him at this point. I'm sure it's weighing on him.
Chances are it is, because he's been weighing himself on so many people for the longest of time.
True.
Yes, so it's one of the craziest stories. And also, when you get money,
there's always something.
Yeah, things will always go a certain way. And it's like that guy. Because right now, it's just that with him, it's in the media, it's in the news, it's in everyone's faces.
Yeah.
The guy who used to take who owned the Playboy Manstion. Was it the guy who used to own? He used to take them to. Hugh Hefner. You understand? He was also in the same line. When you read his stories and whatnot, you see that it's just that, like I'm saying, with him now, Peter, like you're saying, he's subjected to being black. Obviously, he's going to face the law harsher compared to a white person. And we live in the media time, we live in the media space. Everyone is just coming up against him. Even the same Hugh Hefner's faced almost the same thing. They were doing the same shenanigans, the same bad things. When you read and listen to stories of women who came out speaking about, Hugh Hefner saying, this guy used to pay us and say, you have to finish the money. And you're finishing the money in here. And it's not as if there's shops there and whatnot. You are literally just buying drugs and cocaine and everything. So if he was, I'm not saying he did the same thing, but if he was doing the same thing, and even worse, that's just me. That's just me. I don't know you. Peter is boring, man. I think we can wrap it up. we can wrap it up and move. No, for real, dog, there's quite a whole lot of stories that also happened. But for me, in conclusion, Pdiddy faced the law. I don't know, Mr. James.
Yeah, they're going to stick it close.
Maybe we might find ourselves looking at the second RK. Who knows?
See? Exactly. The dog is, and I said in closing, now I'm supporting you and we going on again with this. And yeah, man, I don't know if you saw, Mr. James. So Durban July happened last week.
Okay.
Yeah, so Durban July happened last week in South Africa, one of the biggest, craziest events in the country. And most people were actually siding on not being on his side. Kenny Guiness. So Kenny Guiness now is a politician, and he says he represents people and whatnot. So someone was asking him to say, "Hey man, why are you dressed like this at the July? Because mostly it's a racehorse. It's a racehorse event. People will be dressed up in suits and everything." So he came dressed. His outfit was close to 90,000 rands. Did you see that? His outfit was close to 90,000 rand.
Why though?
And this is the same guy who says, I represent the poor.
No, that's what they all say. Hey.
Yeah. We are not politicizing it, but look, man, because he came out and was like, no, he was telling people. Someone just asked him, a random interviewer, and he was like, this shoe is this much. This jean is this much. This shirt is this much. This jacket is this much.
No,
and for me, I'm totally against that. Look, they are working. They are getting, big monies and whatnot. And also with him, it's different. He comes from business anyway. But now you are representing the poor, and you even have the pride or the confidence to put it in our face to say, yeah, I can easily rock 100,000 rands outfit.
No, at this point it's more like
Mr. James is deep within his thoughts. What are you thinking?
It's
Hey.
it's so interesting because why 90K?
And we was even saying that shirt is the most basic, simplest shirt ever. You can literally get it at Mr. Price. I can get almost a similar shirt and rock it underneath my jacket. I would look exactly like him.
At this point, it's giving him just throwing it.
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's a middle finger to black people or the people you say you represent. I'm not saying you should be dressed in. I'm not saying you should go to Mr. Price and dress up. But when you do that, the thing is, you are seeing something completely different from leadership. So these guys are not necessarily, if we look at it, these are not leaders. Yeah. These are guys who are just managers and they are in management positions.
Themselves, not the poor or anyone. Themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that person is not a leader. That person is just all there for themselves. Because not only him, even with Madame, he was rocking like a 20,000 rands, 28,000 rands shoe.
Wow. This whole thing ends up giving people the thought that, they don't really care about anyone else but them. The netizens get the feeling that even though they tell the public that we represent a certain group of people.
We are all for you.
We are all for you.
We are with you.
Yeah. It's now giving, no, we don't care about you. We don't know you. So it goes back to what we were speaking about, you and I, on the car on our way here, to say, because I said to you, I feel like things are not going to change, and you agree with me. You said it looks like it's just getting worse. Yeah, it's getting worse though.
It's just like some of the things, it's clear for one to see, and the best one can do is just work for themselves and work on themselves.
True.
Because if you are relying or you're dependent on the system and the matrix, it's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to do anything for you.
You're right.
Maybe we need new people in this. No, in the parliament, we need new people, new faces. Just new names, people.
It's great. So that's also what happened last week, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, look, I'm not saying I'm holier than thou and whatnot, but people are different. Nowadays, it's one of the case of these leaders are made; they are not born. Yeah. It's giving that.
True.
It is. So it is. It happened. I saw someone saying this was like the first time seeing so many V250s. So they saw like so many these Mercedes Benz. You see these cars, my fucking car. The Mercedes Benz. Yeah. Someone said it's the first time I saw so many. Because others were rented to go there and flex, with them. And the July, it seemed crazy. The videos were.
They were just there to get the attention. The vibe, the fact that everyone has to talk about this.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I haven't had money. But have you ever had any interest in going there?
Not really. I represent the poor.
Listen to that. Next thing you'll be coming here rocking a 90,000 rands outfit, but you're representing the poor. No. But on a serious note, like honestly, have you ever had like any aspirations of going there or liking the entire thing or the event? And I'm asking this because I'll tell you why I'm asking this. I've never had like there's always a hype about. Or maybe I have, but as soon as, I think maybe after COVID, my entire perspective changed of life, like completely. But I've never really had interest or attention or, aspirations to go to the Durban July, book a place, attend these marquees, spend crazy monies on alcohol, on outfits and whatnot. I've never had that. I see people, or maybe I'm coming from the point of, I've never had money. Maybe if I have money, I will want to do that.
Yeah, but you see, if you start to make money, right?
Yeah.
If you start to make money, your mindset and perception on certain things change.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not sure about me blacks we show off a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Whilst whites is more of the reserved side. They have the money but they don't show it.
Yeah.
Much. Yeah. So I think it's like that. We like showing off, right? So why should it be Devon July? It's like you have to go spend all the money.
Exactly.
Start from scratch again. Yeah. So maybe they can play with those money they have or excess they have, whilst the others are still struggling.
Also, you can't blame people or put rules into people's life in terms of how can they do. Have you?
No, not really. I feel like this whole thing is all about discipline, respect. As much as you respect yourself, you're very disciplined in whatever you do. I think you can have an opinion of, you know what, I don't want to go there, or I do want to go there. It depends. If you are the person who likes to show off, then you will go. But if you have enough discipline to be like, you know what, this is not for me, then you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to focus on doing what you do the best than going there.
No, that's true. That's some of the stories that happened the past week.
It's quite interesting, but also that brings to mind what you just said. We need new faces in parliament and stuff, right? So now, I think we have to give a good approach to our president, right? Regarding the new cabinet he has.
Yay! Finally, it's in place. Damn! God, we waited for it. It took forever. Yeah.
No,
so
he took his time on this one.
He also announced his cabinet under the the GNU, the Government of National Unity. And look, man, I think for me, I think that's good. I just think that's good. I think that not that it's good, because I haven't seen it and I haven't experienced it. This is the first time. But how I'm feeling about it, I'm feeling good about it. Not that I would say it's good. I'm rather feeling good about it. I think it's a system where people are holding each other accountable. It's a system, you are here to hold me accountable. I'm here to hold you accountable. It becomes a bit difficult for us to steal off of the poor or, go astray or go in the wrong way. I don't know. What's...
No, I read one post, right? And I think this time I'm of the same view with Malema. I think he wrote something like, after GNU is formed, right, there will be no money for the slave queens. Because now we're going to have like police, police in parliament, in the various institutions, making sure that things are done correctly.
You do this and I do this,
So if you check now, let's say maybe the hospitality ministry, right? It wasn't functioning properly, right? But the former minister also tried. So now we'll have a new minister, maybe from a different
party,
whether it's Home Affairs, whether it's in all the various parties have a part to play now.
True.
Right. So I think I saw not long ago the new minister for sports and culture.
Gaten.
Now you want to name and shame. You see, if it was
he's done that. There's actually a list of people's names are out there to say they benefited and they got money from the sports, arts and culture. But the thing is now also, with that, Casey McKenzie, look, I love him. I love his energy. Okay, well, not love him, man. I love his energy. I love his approach. And I hope and wish and pray that it stays as is for his time. For his time in parliament. It's not something that's just going to end. Because normally they would do that. They will have energy and enthusiasm as they are studying. Because his approach now is really into uplifting sports. Because like if you look at it, even on the list that is released, there's so many crazy names. There's people that we don't know. They are saying they are in arts and culture. 20,000, 75,000. That's the monies they are getting. So he's trying. Yes, in terms of the exposure, there's a different perspective into it, where one can say he was not supposed to also do that. Because remember, during this COVID time, a whole lot of people in the arts couldn't work as well. And the government themselves said, you can apply.
Yeah.
for loans and everything. You understand? So it's like you are exposing me for getting the 350 grand. You understand? And you can understand that I'm in the public figure. I'm a public figure. I'm in the public space and everything. People look at me a certain way. Now, when I'm exposed that I don't have money and whatnot, but also he's right because he's coming with the idea of saying, other people did get the money and they were not supposed to get the money. Yeah. So I Gaten is doing okay. I think for now it seems as if that's the ministry that's working. The sports arts and culture.
Yeah, the thing is, it's too early
to
know.
To say.
So for now, we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah.
It's too early to judge.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it's too early to judge.
So we wish all of them all the best.
Yeah.
And we hope, the various ministers are able to function in their various roles.
Yeah, true.
Departments. Yeah.
True. Because there's this other one, I forget his name, because my interest in white people and my interest in well, not white people, my interest in the VF plus guys, those parties and whatnot, because there's this guy now, I think he's the minister of not defense, man, but when it comes to police stations and handling all of that, jails and everything, he said jails now need to start planting their own food, because they will not be getting food from the supply from the government and whatnot. They need to work anyway, because what do they do there? They need to plant. They need to. They will just get a supply of maize meal. As long as they get a supply of maize meal, then they are good. Anything other than that, then someone said, recreation and all of this, they've been doing that. So people they always need to come with new strategies and approaches as ministers and try to get this government of national unity to work, because Mama Joy was do you know Mama Joy, the huge the biggest sports fan in the country?
Oh yeah, I think I've watched a couple of times, but I don't know the story about
she's a super fan, so she's almost there on everything, like football, rugby, cricket and everything. And what used to happen is, well, apparently and allegedly, she used to get money from the sports arts and culture to travel for. That's not nice, Mr. James. Okay, well, you can say it's nice, but it was beneficial for her because she used to get, funding from the department to go and support. And look, Gaten now just came with something to say, I'm thinking of cutting this off, or I'm going to cut this off because we need this money. Because this person, we are looking at an average of an expenditure of $1 million for a trip. Even right now, when she was at, when she was in France for the Rugby World Cup last year, crazy monies and statements were asked, just that they didn't follow up on it in terms of her expenditure, only her alone. You understand now? If there's also an additional that's just an average. There's more actually, because you're looking into traveling, looking into accommodation, food and everything, and they staying there for so many days. I mean, Mama Pogo were there for an entire tournament because they started it and they ended it as they won it. So that's just, they stayed there for like a month. That's crazy. That's in France, you see. And he's coming up with something nice now to say. I'm thinking, I feel like it's nice because no, for real, the sport, the sports department it looks as if it was dead now. Because if you look at it from in schools and whatnot, there's not so much sports that happening. Growing up, I knew that there's sports. We participating, and but now the money chances are used into these. Your Mama Joys were benefiting.
True. At some point, I feel like she doesn't really deserve the treatment.
Okay.
The thing is, I'm not being against you or what, but the thing is, she's a super fan. There are so many people who are fans out there. There are so many people who are fans out there. Why can't they get the same treatment as her? And
she can still be a super fan without the government's money.
Exactly my point. She can still be a super fan, but there's still so many people out there who could be more fan. They're like into this whole thing.
Bro, athletes in the country, they don't have money. They are struggling right now. They need to be flown into sports and participate and compete. But
why would the government give money to someone who's not even participating in those
That's exactly.
instead
So,
of taking that money and giving it to someone who's already maybe a member of the team,
yeah.
paying them enough money to take care of themselves, other than giving to someone who's just going there just to watch.
Unlike you, I'm not letting my audience miss us. I want to come back, with more content for them. I want to come back with more stories for them. I want to come back with more headlines for them. And chances are I want to come with, improved and well of stories and content for them, interviews with who and who. Guys, that is going to happen.
Yeah, it is going to happen. And I hope they comment down below in the comment section on which topics to talk about, what to talk on, what they want to hear,
Yeah.
Because there are people out there wondering on certain topics.
Yeah, like the most important, guys, for you, this is the pod culture. It's for you to subscribe, for you to like, for you to comment, what do you feel, what's your take on the content? Is it ish or is it good? What can we do to improve it? We just knew we are studying. It's not the easiest thing to, start up a YouTube channel and, start up a podcast, but it's something that you feel passionate about and you love. But other than that, we are back again extremely, extremely soon for episode 3. It's myself, Sipho,
and Worship over here. So see you guys.
Mr. James on the background. Mr. James doesn't want to talk anymore. Mr. James, we miss your voice.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. We'll bring you on the next episode.
Till we do it again next time. Much love. Peace.
Artlist.io